sophomore at the University of Notre Dame. I've had a fun time. I would definitely say it's my first time being in a different country that I wasn't born in Africa. So I think just like seeing the parallels, but then also like the differences has been like major for me. But I also say like talking to the students that go to University of Pretoria, and also like seeing like the sites and stuff. I think it's definitely has changed my perspective on like other countries in Africa. But then it's also like I've enjoyed my time here and talking to the students and learning about like what you guys are up to and how you guys spend time here. And I think that being immersed in the culture, and actually I think it's different when we're in class and we're like talking to each other on Zoom or whatever media platform that we use to talk to each other. But I think it's different when we're doing that. But now, like being here, I think that we're just immersed in so much culture, and I just had a great time. Yeah.
My name is Ethan Jones. I am a sophomore at the University of Notre Dame, major in marketing and FTT with the minor in African Studies. It has changed a lot. Just being here, like alone, has changed a lot. Because of course in America is this whole stereotype that Africa's not modern or like there's lions running around and all those things. But being here, like actually connecting with students, has changed my perception of Africa like a lot. And also to understand that there's a lot of consistencies with similarities, with Black culture in America, and also just being here. As far as like racism. Racism is a big thing they really don't acknowledge, but it's common everywhere. But also understanding that we talked about something in one of the seminars, but having empathy and having the capacity to understand humans is such a big thing. So I think that's something that I've learned more here. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Mackenzie. I'm a third year PhD student, and my main research interests center around social justice movements or social movements in general, intergroup attitudes, race and ethnicity, as well as political psychology. I think just in looking at like attending both events and like having a tour guide present us to the actual facts that occurred within like both buildings really kind of opened my eyes into how individuals interpret history and like the idea of how everyone says like there's three sides to a story. So like one person's side, another person's side, and then the actual truth. And I think that kind of like actually like applies really it's in a very like detailed way in applying it towards like South African history, because there's different interpretations of how history happened that led to apartheid and the segregation between different races and things of that sort. So
Sure. Hi, my name is Jamie Black. I'm an associate professor of political science at the University of Notre Dame. I think one of the biggest strengths of this kind of program is the ability of students to learn from each other and to see different perspectives, both in the classroom and then also through this study tour. So it's been pretty incredible to see how well students have collaborated, and also the way that this has changed the debate. If I think of a counterfactual world where I'm just teaching Notre Dame students and they're just talking to each other, it's a different type of conversation. It's not as rich. So this has been quite incredible on that front.
Well, my name is Christopher Isike. I'm director of the African Center for the Study of the United States at the University of Pretoria. And I'm professor of African Politics and International Relations based in the Department of Political Sciences, also at the University of Pretoria. It's one thing to learn things from the classroom, it's another thing to try and bring that theoretical knowledge you learn from the class to actually converging that with practical learnings, from visitation of sites that we had during this visit from people, members of these classes across the two classes we've had, staff and students interacting and putting a face to a name that you see virtually online. There's been a lot of discussions, and some of the presentations that were done by our guests, counterparts, colleagues from the University of Notre Dame, the kind of feedback that they had, the kind of interactions, all serve our purpose in terms of, creating knowledge based on lived experiences, sharing this knowledge, between both institutions, and ensuring that, we come out best for it at the end of the day.
It was an amazing experience. It was really fantastic to have faculty who were so generous, so engaged, to have students asking really, really sharp questions. Some of the undergraduate students, I think we all thought were graduate students. And I know I can speak for Rashid and I, and also in talking to Mackenzie, the other student who presented, we were really struck by the quality of feedback that we got on the projects, and also the different perspectives that enrich sort of the angles that we're coming from. So we love the experience and hope to be back.
So I guess I'll start since she spoke last. So we've seen good reasons to extend this project beyond 2024. So this is a project that has been running from late 2022 to October of 24. But we have reason to believe that there's good reason to actually extend it for another year or two, so that we can foster some of these collaborations and from these find new pathways for similar collaborations. For example, we're in talks with Mackenzie to get her to come to our center to be a postdoc fellow as soon as she finishes her PhD. There are also talks around research outputs that could come out of this project. Research outputs on pedagogy, the pedagogy of the global classroom, and study tours, and how those contribute to knowledge creation around lived experiences of people in the US and people in South Africa, and sharing, of course, this knowledge. So also outputs around pedagogy and curriculum development for high school and we're using a high school in Limpopo province, a very rural province, as a test case for curriculum that can help with social cohesion for young children of the future to learn about the need for diversity, the need for multiculturalism, the need for inclusivity and tolerance, which all build towards integration and social cohesion between different peoples in society. So we really positive that this collaboration will go beyond just research, will go beyond just teaching and learning, and go into an outreach program that can help to have direct impact on society, not just on the teaching and learning front, but also in terms of curriculum development and actually policy making in the long term.
Yeah, I guess I'd just add that on the pedagogy front, this is my first time doing this. I don't know, have you done this before?
Yes.
A little bit. Okay, so I'm dealing with a pro, but at least for me, this first experience has really, I think, converted me in terms of thinking through, I'd love to run many more of my classes with this type of model. So Professor Zike and I are right now working on an article that thinks about the pedagogy of this enterprise and how we might scale it, what are the lessons learned, so how you might take this global classroom model and adapt it to different topics, again, with collaboration between universities like the University of Pretoria and Notre Dame, but not necessarily just those two. So it's very exciting in terms of thinking possibilities for teaching and learning moving forward.